Romesco. Ooh, that's fun to say. Romesco. Hi, all you healthy humans. Welcome to New Leaf Table TV. I'm your host, Chef E, and today we're making cod with charred shishito peppers and romesco sauce. This dish is a clean, bold twist on dinner. It's packed with protein and tons of antioxidants. Our wild-caught cod will be seared to flaky perfection, and the romesco sauce is creamy and buttery and delicious, and the shishito peppers are blistered to a perfect char. This is a dish you're not gonna wanna miss, so let's get started. First of all, we have 2 fillets of wild-caught cod. So wild-caught cod really does pack a protein punch. There's about 20 grams of protein per fillet. It's also packed with B12 and iodine, so it's great for your energy and brain health. Also, cod is kind of like the tofu of the sea. It's neutral and mild, and it will absorb whatever sauce you throw at it. So it's gonna absorb all of this wonderful romesco we're about to make. We also have 1 lemon. We're using 1 package of shishito peppers. So these peppers might look kind of like a jalapeno, but they're usually sweet and mild. Only about 1 in 10 is a little bit spicy, but they are full of antioxidants and surprisingly rich in vitamin C, which is great for your immunity and collagen for your skin. We're also using 1 cup of cherry tomatoes. We're using 2 red bell peppers. We're using salt and pepper, olive oil, some fresh parsley, some flaky sea salt, some fresh garlic. We're also using half a cup of Marcona almonds. So Marcona almonds are actually from Spain. They're buttery and sweeter and milder than your average almond. They usually come blanched, which just means they're boiled and their skin is removed. They're full of monounsaturated fats, which is the same good healthy heart fat that is found in olive oil. They're also rich in vitamin E, which helps protect your skin, and they're a great mix of fiber and protein. So let's get started. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna get my bell peppers, my tomatoes, and garlic in the oven and roasting. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice up my bell pepper into slices. It'll just help it to roast faster. Okay, now I'm gonna add my bell peppers to a baking pan lined with unbleached parchment paper. Now I'm just gonna slice my cherry tomatoes in half. I'm gonna use a perforated knife because it makes slicing tomatoes so much easier. Now I'm gonna add these right to my pan with my bell peppers. Now we're using 6 cloves of garlic. Now I know that sounds like a lot of garlic, but believe me, you're not gonna wanna skimp on the garlic. It's super tasty and makes the sauce what it does. So all I'm gonna do is take my clove of garlic and smash it, and it'll roast in the oven. Smashing our garlic just helps release the flavor and the antioxidants before we get them in the oven. Now I'm gonna coat everything in olive oil. I'm also gonna add salt and pepper. Okay, now I'm just gonna mix all this together. And we're gonna pop these in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes until everything is nice and charred. If you have longer, I love a good char, but 20 to 25 minutes is perfect. Now we're gonna cook our shishito peppers. So go ahead and take a skillet, turn it on medium-high heat, and add olive oil to your pan. And we're gonna wait for this to get hot. So blistering shishitos is very simple. We're just going to leave them in the pan on one side for about 4 minutes and flip them. You'll see them get nice and blistered. Then we'll remove them from the heat, add some flaky sea salt, and they're good to go. We'll just need to keep them warm until we're ready to serve them. Okay, I'm gonna add my shishitos to the pan. Now I'm just gonna get them nice and flat in the pan. And then you'll see they'll kind of start to puff up and blister, and you'll just want to turn them and make sure they get charred on the other side, and then they'll be done. Okay, while we're waiting on our shishitos to blister, let's go ahead and add salt and pepper to our cod fillets. This just helps bring out some of the flavor. I'm also going to chop up some parsley, and we're just going to use this to top our fish with. You can hear those shishitos popping. Okay, it's probably about time to flip our shishitos. So let's check on one. That's perfect. See that char? You want that char, preferably on at least a couple sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and start flipping them. Careful not to let the oil jump up and get ya. Some of the ones on the edge might not quite have charred, so we can scoot those in the middle as the other ones finish up. These are starting to smell amazing. Okay, now we'll let them blister for another 4 to 5 minutes on this side. Okay, our shishitos are perfectly blistered. So now I'm just going to remove them from the heat. Now I'm gonna take some flaky sea salt and get them nice and coated. And then just toss them in that flaky salt. These are going to be amazing. Shishito peppers are one of my favorite side dishes. Now I'm just gonna set them right here and cover them with another plate to keep them warm while we cook our cod. So I'm gonna use the exact same pan that I used for my shishitos, add a little bit more olive oil, turn it on medium heat, and then I will add my cod. We're gonna sear about 3 to 4 minutes on each side until our cod gets nice and flaky. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes. Let's go ahead and flip our cod. Now we're gonna cook for another 2 to 3 minutes on this side, and then we'll remove it from the heat, add some lemon juice, and then keep these warm until our tomatoes and bell peppers come out of the oven. Okay, it's time to get our cod off of our pan. Go ahead and remove your perfectly flaky cod fillets. If you have any excess char in your pan, you want to grab those because that char is nice and flavorful. And then I'm just going to squeeze some lemon juice on top of these guys and add a little bit more salt and pepper. And then I'm just gonna cover them so they'll be nice and warm when we're ready to serve. Okay, my tomatoes and bell peppers are ready. Let's get them out of the oven. Now I'm gonna take my charred tomatoes and bell peppers and add them to a blender or a food processor. And you want all of that oil and goodness to go right on in with it. The parchment paper makes that so easy. Then I'm gonna add my ½ cup of Marcona almonds. And now we're gonna blend. As we blend this up, I'm gonna remove the top to my lid and add in olive oil as we go, about 2 tablespoons. This is gonna emulsify and help it get nice and creamy. Okay, now I'm going to start blending on low and move it up as we go.
just like remove the lid and add my olive.
Now I increased the speed slowly as we went just to help it get nice and smooth and not get clumpy. Now we're just gonna give it a little taste and see if it needs any additional salt or pepper. No, that is fabulous. Okay, let's get this plated up. First of all, I'm gonna add my romesco straight from my blender. Now you're gonna wanna use this sauce for both the fish and the shishitos. It's delicious on both. It's actually delicious on anything. Then I'll add a fillet of my cod and some of these delicious blistered shishito peppers. There you have it, folks, our cod and charred shishito peppers with romesco sauce. Thanks for watching New Leaf Table TV. Until we dine again, farewell, healthy humans. To subscribe to New Leaf Table's meal service with 4 new featured meals every week and easy delivery through your existing Amazon Prime membership, visit our website at newleaftable.com. And also, please like this video and hit the subscribe button to follow our YouTube channel. Our cod will be seared. Our wild caught cod will be seared. And the romesco sauce is creamy and full of flavor. I don't know what I was gonna say. Creamy and buttery. And the rest, and no. We also have 1 lemon. Gotta scratch my head. Only about 1 in 10 is a little bit spicy, so don't worry about it. No, we don't need to say that. We're also using half a cup of Marcona. We're also using half a cup of Marcona almonds. Marcona. Marcona. Okay. This is a messy bell pepper. I hate it when the seeds get everywhere. Remove yourself, seeds. Leave my cutting board. Normally, I'm so good at this. I'm like a seed ninja. I can avoid them, but this thing, it was pregnant. Bell peppers are surprisingly hard to grow because they have a lot of like things that like to eat them. Now I'm just gonna slice my cherry tomatoes. But this just helps release some of the flavor before we get in the oven. I'm out of breath. Okay, I'm gonna add my shishitos to the pan. Woo, ow. Oops. It sprayed some oil on me. I'm like, don't hit me with the oil. There's an apparatus in my way. Okay, now I'm going to start blending on low and then I'll turn up. Maybe not. And then it sprayed this everywhere. I never deal with the back of the blender. Did not realize I was going to spray. Dun da da da!